everyone. It's Jason Smith with Bow Developments here with another segment of our B2B, our business-to-business videos. So today I'm at Common Crown Brewery down in the northeast of Calgary here, and I'm with Andrew, one of the founders. Andrew, how are you doing today?
Really good.
Good. Thank you so much for being with us today, and we've got some interesting things to talk about, so I'm excited for that. So I guess just first off, tell us a little bit how this thing started, what maybe some of your inspiration was, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it started, I think, like most craft breweries in my brother's garage, doing home brew, and from there we partnered up with a good friend of ours, and the three of us, 2016, decided that we were going to open a brewery, and well, here we are. Yeah.
Okay, so when you say partnered up, are we talking financially here? Because is that, like, when you want to start something like this, obviously one of the big things with starting a business is finding funding, and not only finding the funding to begin, but how are we going to keep the cash flow going in those first lean years?
Yeah, absolutely. We knew that there was going to be a lot of capital expenditure to get started.
Yeah, see behind us?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was mostly funded by ourselves, the founding partners, and a bit of support from the ATB and the banking system. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, the ATB is really great with small businesses, aren't they? They do help out around in these parts. We're pretty lucky to have them, I think. So, so tell us a little bit. You know, we're in COVID now. We're sort of coming out of it, I think. But tell us a little bit about, you know, maybe some challenges you had when that started, and some things you've possibly done to pivot and to sort of transform your business a little bit, and then looking onwards here as we go out in a little bit of a new landscape.
Yeah, absolutely. So our brewery, as you can probably see, the way it's built out, our philosophy was to be a production facility right from the beginning, so be able to support retail market and also licensees, so bars and restaurants. There are other business models like taproom models and with smaller craft breweries and stuff like that. And that's the great part about this industry, is that there's lots of different ways to introduce people to craft beer.
Yep. So
for us, when the shutdown happened, the restaurants and bars were over 50% of our revenue.
Yeah.
So that changed rather drastically for us and very quickly. One thing we're very lucky to have here is an amazing team of people. And so we very quickly put our heads together and said, well, how do we replace that, and what are people going to need?
Right.
And we're hoping they needed our beer. So in a very short period of time, within 48 hours, we had an online store set up and all the processes in how to safely deliver beer home.
Right.
And started advertising it online, and the support's been fantastic.
Cool. So you know, let's get real here. You're selling beer, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about, I mean, what would make you different than anybody else that's making beer, selling beer? Like, you know, what differentiates you? What sort of inspires you? And why are you even doing this, really?
Right. Sometimes we ask ourselves the same question, but most entrepreneurs would, right?
That's right. That's right.
Some days. So, like you say, let's be honest about that.
Yeah.
You know, our beer, with craft beer, there's lots of different philosophies. So some people make really hoppy beers, some make very balanced beers, some make German beers, and that kind of thing. I say that's the latitude you have in craft beer is fantastic. For us, we wanted to develop beers that were very approachable overall in style, and also and to bring people together. The social aspect of the beer was very important. So we wanted to make sure that the beer that we did make was beer that people wanted to maybe have more than one.
Right, and I appreciate the answer, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you're selling, and what this segment, really, the B2B is about businesses. So whether you're selling widgets or beer or whatever, what you're speaking to is that you've got a product that you believe in, but it's more than that. You're looking to build community, you're looking to possibly give back to community, you're looking for a larger scope than the product itself that just happens to be the vehicle. Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely. When when we started home brewing in Damon's garage, what was really interesting and almost more fun than brewing the beer was having people come together and share that beer with them.
Right.
That sort of community piece, and that was made right in the garage. As I mentioned, when you start up a business, it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Lots of things going on, juggling lots of balls in the air, especially in an economy like Alberta.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe we might have missed the community and the local piece. So when we were pivoting with our COVID message, we wanted to take this opportunity to bring that back into the mix.
Right.
So starting the initiatives, not just with the online delivery store, but doing our happy hour as well, where you order between 2 and 5, and a portion of the proceeds of that sale go to support different organizations that are helping with mental health, whether it's phone lines and that kind of
Sure.
thing. Woods Homes, Breaking Free organization, and that kind of thing. Making sure we give back.
Yeah, I think that's well said, and I think that a lot of people are seeing a shift to with COVID, and seeing a shift now with the business landscape moving forward to more of a collaborative approach, and looking for more people versus product type of ideology, right? So it's good that you're moving into that. Now, this is a question that I enjoy for new business owners, and it's so for people that have been in business for a while, looking back on the journey thus far, what is one thing that stands out that you might do differently?
Oh goodness! Well, funny story behind that. I have a business from previous construction business. So being an entrepreneur is something that I've sort of done my whole life, as well as with my other partner Bob. So my brother was the one we sort of dragged into this entrepreneurial world. And it's just it's amazing how many times we'll just beat ourselves up and say, oh God, we're never doing another startup. I'm never doing another startup.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, let's do another startup. There's something about the personality of entrepreneurs that, I don't know, just like the challenge, right? So as far as doing something...
Glutton for punishment.
Yeah. As far as doing something different, truthfully, specifically speaking about the brewery, I don't know if there's anything that we would have done differently. Being able to look where we are at today. That's the amazing thing about starting a business, is that eventually it just sort of takes on a life of its own, and you're sort of just caring for it. And taking a look at where we are today with the amazing team of people that we have, the support that we have from the community that continue to buy our beer. Whatever the mistakes and the right decisions that were made along the way that got us to this point, I think we're very proud of and very lucky to be here.
What I like about what you're doing, about how you're framing that, is that there's no regret there. It's that we learned something from it, and we're moving forward with that new knowledge. We might not do that again, but we've used that knowledge now to do something better and be more productive as we move forward.
Right. So I think it would be a focus on marketing was a big one at the beginning,
right.
that we sort of let, I wouldn't say slide, but maybe didn't fully understand the importance of that. And I think that was compounded by the number of breweries that were coming up behind us as well.
Sure.
There was a huge surge of breweries that came up. So being able to tell our story through that messaging, I think we would have, looking back, would have spent a little bit more time and effort on that.
Yeah.
But we say we've sort of learned from that mistake, and we recently gone through a rebrand back in March. Actually, ironically enough, when this whole thing started, we were in the middle of a rebrand, which had its own challenges, but it's been really, really well received, and we'll continue to focus on that going forward.
Right, and so that rebrand was driven by the fact that you realized that you dropped the ball in one of the areas of the business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, and that's great, and I appreciate that response, because typically what I'm driving at there is that people either drop the ball in financing, they drop the ball in marketing, but there's usually a place that gets left behind because maybe the owner doesn't like that part of the business, or isn't good at it, or just is too focused on other areas. So it's a really great point to make, because often what you do is you bring in the people that are the best at the areas that you're not.
Yes.
Possibly, right?
Absolutely.
So that's great. Andrew, again, thanks so much for your time today. Appreciate coming down here. Appreciate the beers, and everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope again you got some value from this. We're down here at Common Crown, and they've got a program. What's the name of that program you're running right now during COVID?
Our delivery service is beer runs, which you can order at commoncrown.ca.
Right.
And get it delivered right to your house. Orders before 5 come same day. And like I said, between 2 and 5, happy hour is proceeds from every order goes to supporting the Breaking Free organization.
Great. So we'll have those links involved here at the bottom of this too. And again, thanks so much, everyone, and we hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.